such a huge honor that she was able to make time for us. She's one of our HRBP and Talos International Philippines. Let us all welcome, in this HR Talk, Lei.
Hello, good morning.
Hi Lei. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to have this sit-down interview despite your busy schedule. So, how are you?
I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good as well. So, despite your busy schedule, can you still afford to sleep every day?
That's a very good question. Yes, actually, although I only sleep about 4 hours per day.
Mm-hmm. Well, we all know how tight your schedule is during our offline conversation. I've shared that I'm very much interested to know about the ins and outs of the department that no one wouldn't want to be called by, no other than the HR. To start with, what does it take to be an HRB?
There's a lot of things that you need to be able to do for you to become an HR business partner specifically. So an HR business partner is actually an agent of change, an employee champion, a strategic partner, and a master of administrative tasks. So for you to become an HRBP, you have to be knowledgeable about the business, how you can contribute or add value, and you also have to know the ins and outs of how it to become an employee. Right? An HR business partner has 4 roles, and you cannot champion just one of them. You have to make sure that you have a solid background on 4 facets, which are being an agent of change, being an administrative master, being an employee champion, and being a strategic partner. So is it necessary to have an HR background? It is strongly suggested that you should be a graduate of HRM or Human Relations Management, or have a degree in psychology or business management. However, if we are looking for internal growth, that's not really necessary.
And what is the most challenging task of an HRBP? And how do you remain objective in your decision making?
For me, the most challenging task is really completing everything in your workload per day. So sometimes it's overwhelming to have cases to answer to have different managers that you need to talk to regarding their businesses, and to make sure that you're adding value to them. So you ask me how I remain objective when it comes to decision making.
Yes.
Right? So we treat each scenario on a case-to-case basis, and we only look at the facts and objectives. Right? We don't want the emotions to cloud our judgment, especially if we know the person that we're talking to. So always look at the facts first and the evidence presented on both sides of the story. So as an employee champion, you need to make sure that not only you are looking at what the team leader or the operations manager is telling you, you also have to check whether or not the team member is being given an equal chance.
What is the best part of being an HRBP?
I guess the best part of being an HRBP is that you get to see the backstory and you get to contribute to the organization, not just to the program. You know that what you're doing not only reflects on the program that you're supporting, but also has a contribution to TELUS and as an organization.
And how do you measure your success as an HRBP?
Measure your success as an HRBP. So there are a lot of things in our scorecard to measure our success as an HR business partner. But I think it's the correlation between the performance of our team members to the organization's performance and attrition of the organization, because what we do in the HR world is that we make sure that not only do we drive due process, right? The main reason why we have hints for success is for us to correct undesirable behavior and help the business, right? And if we are able to correct the undesirable behavior, that means more business for us, and that that would mean that there would be a lot of revenue for the company, and people will not leave, right? So overall, they go hand in hand in making sure that TELUS as an organization succeeds.
Thank you for the wonderful answer, Lei. And lastly, how would you encourage those team members that are interested to be part of the human resource business partner?
How do I encourage team members? For me, if you want to become an HRBP, first you need to make sure that you know what you're doing. You have to be knowledgeable about the strategies and about the organization as a whole. You have to know who TELUS International is as an organization, and you also have to make sure that you're following the right process. Because if you're not following the right process and you want to become an HR, how can you be an agent of change, or how can you be a champion of the team members if you yourself do not follow the rules, right?
Yes.
And I guess everything that I tell, or for all new hires that I meet, every time I do new hire orientations rather, I always say just don't break any rules or don't commit any violations so you won't have to talk to HRBP, right? We don't want our frontline team members talking to HRBP because of a violation. So we want to be able to talk to them and celebrate successes. We want to be able to talk to them to ask why they're staying, rather than do interventions because people are leaving.
Thank you for such wonderful insight, Lei. I am now more inspired to be part of the HRBP team soon. Thank you.
Okay, see you soon.